everyone, and welcome back to Healing Motherhood. So I am back, and here we are. If you are new here, my name is Ashley, and I am a mom of 3 boys, and this is my channel. This channel is full of content to inspire, empower, and uplift everyday moms just like myself. I suffered for years with postpartum depression and anxiety, and I have found my way out of that deep, dark hole and out into the light. And I feel like it is my duty and life's mission now to give back to the moms who are making it happen every day with their kids and just trying to do their best. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, make sure you go down and subscribe down below or follow me on Instagram at Healing Motherhood. And now that I am done with the shameless plugs, let me get right into this video. If you clicked on this video, you know what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about meditation and how it has made me a better mother. Now, that is a huge claim, I know, but I 100%, especially the fact that I've been doing it for now consecutively, I think like 2 years, it's literally opened this new door out of the deep, dark place that I was. So I feel like it is my complete duty now to share that with you guys and show you the path and the light that I have found with meditation, and kind of just tell you my story a little bit. I get a little long-winded, so grab yourself a coffee or a tea, and yeah, let's get into it. I have 3 boys. I have an 8-year-old, I have an almost 6-year-old, and I have a 3-year-old. At the time that I first started meditation and even thought that I wanted to better myself in any way was 2 to 3 years ago when my baby was about 1 year old. There was a few things that happened at that time. They were kind of like brick walls or like rock bottoms. My health was really bad. I had gotten diagnosed with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease because I was consuming so much sugar. I had an infected wisdom tooth because I just didn't want to get them removed because I had so much anxiety. And I was socially very isolated because I had little kids, and I was severely depressed, and I had really bad anxiety. And I had been going to therapy for about 2 years before I decided to start meditating. And I can kind of thank my therapist for guiding me toward meditation because before I even went to her, I didn't even think about visualizing or doing anything of that sort to try and relieve my anxiety, which I don't know why. I was just so stuck in the hamster wheel of motherhood and like diapers and not sleeping and just all the things that run you down as a mom. And I was run down and I was depressed. And I didn't really know it all at the time. Luckily, we have this mechanism where we kind of just keep going somehow. But I think they say like the straw that breaks a camel's back. I definitely had a few of those moments. I just had a lot of things going on. When I first started finding out about meditation was when we were at the library, which was a miracle that I was out of my house with my kids, but it was with my husband. I used to not go anywhere unless my husband was available, because I had such bad anxiety, which is really part of the reason that I really feel the need to share what I'm sharing. But anyway, we're out at the library with my kids and my 1-year-old. He's always been a big talker since he was 1. He's been talking his brains out. He picked up a book and he was like, "Mommy, book." And it happened to be Meditation by Osho. And I had been wanting to know about meditation, but it was like not something on my priority list per se. And this kind of just plopped into my lap, literally. And I find that, at least on my journey and my path, that tends to happen. There's something called synchronicity. It's a Carl Jung. He was a psychiatrist, or psychologist. I shouldn't say psychiatrist. That's a different thing. He was a psychologist and knew everything about the human psyche. He coined the term synchronicity, which is just kind of like a happenstance thing that coincides with something you were thinking, basically, or whatever. So this kind of was like a serendipitous moment where my son handed me the key to my redemption. I guess I didn't really realize it at the time that it was such a profound moment. Now that I'm thinking about it and talking about it, it seems like it is. But that book opened this doorway that I didn't know about. And basically from there, I tried to start a meditation practice. I discovered the power of now. I discovered the trying to harness the present moment, mindfulness as like a tool for anxiety. And I just ran with it. I was thinking, I'm going to do this and it's going to fix me. And really, honestly, it helped me into the mindset of being able to make lasting changes in my life. After I started meditating, I got really discouraged. It didn't help me. I felt worse sometimes afterward because I was trying to plan in my meditation into like this little box. Like I was getting anxiety about meditating, and it was becoming something that was kind of making me worse. So I decided to just like let go of it for a minute. And at this time I was reading a lot of books. I read a lot of Pema Chodron books, The Places That Scare You, and I'll put those two books on the screen so that if you are actually dealing with postpartum depression or anxiety, I highly recommend that you read those books. Or if you suffer in any way from like feeling like you can't control what's going on or how you feel about what's going on, those books are awesome. But I was reading those books and I finally just started meditating regularly. I started making it a thing. I wake up in the early morning, and if my kids are still sleeping, I make it a point. I sit down and I sit there for 5 minutes and I meditate. And I started doing guided meditations, and I highly, highly, highly recommend if you're going to start meditating that you do guided meditations. It's so much easier. You don't feel as much pressure. You don't feel like your thoughts that are racing are driving you crazy, because at first that's kind of what happens. But ultimately, meditation helps you realize that you're not your thoughts. A lot of my depression and my anxiety was due to a lot of self-hate and a lot of negativity toward myself because I felt like I wasn't living up to the expectations of others. I felt like I wasn't living up to my own expectations. I was a perfectionist, and I felt like I was being a bad mom. I felt like I was justifying all these crazy thoughts too, but I didn't realize that these were the things that were playing over and over in my head. And so learning how to meditate, which all really meditation is for me, is sitting, closing out the outer world, taking out the five senses. So you take out, your vision. I like to wear headphones, so you take out that sensory input. I lock the door, so I know no one's gonna walk in on me. And I just check out from this and go in here. And it kind of just helps you realize that you need to do some maintenance in here first. We are so stuck with trying to fix the external, and we get very frustrated, at least I was at that point, really just trying to I must be doing this wrong. I must be doing that wrong. Instead of looking within and seeing what was I doing up here wrong first, which was really the start and the cause of everything that was going on in my life. But I didn't realize it. So meditation is just sitting, shutting out the outer world, shutting out the five senses, and focusing on your breath. So all you do is focus on breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And if a thought comes up like, this is stupid, what am I doing here? I could be doing something better. I need to do the dishes, whatever. You accept the thought, but you sit with yourself and you stay there. And it's almost like it gives you this, if it does nothing else, which it definitely does a million other things, but if it does nothing else, it gives you the sense of, I'm doing something that I said I was going to do. And you gave yourself this 5 minutes of time because you feel like I deserve this time for me to fix me up here. If up here is not organized, or up here is racing thoughts, or up here is negative judgment or fear or guilt or shame, we're going to be projecting it. We unfortunately treat our loved ones badly. We fail at our diet plan or our exercise routine, or we get up late for work, we eat too many cheeseburgers, we stay up late. All these things are like self-sabotaging things that we do because we don't give ourselves time. We don't give ourselves a moment to be like, hey, am I okay? And I didn't realize that I needed that, honestly. And as a mom, I think it's even more important that we get that for ourselves. We can't pour from an empty cup. There's that saying. You give what you have. And if you don't have anything to give, you're giving from a place of lack. You're giving from a place of, but me, because we're not taking care of ourselves. So at least I was not. So how did meditating make me a better mom? Ultimately, what meditation did for me was make me be able to see that I'm not my thoughts, that my thoughts are happening to me. So it's just something that's just constantly rotating in your mind, and that we can choose to focus on a higher thought instead of a lower thought. And these are all just realizations that you get from observing yourself. We are so busy out here with phones and this and that, that we're not observing our inner world as much as we're observing the outer world. And it's definitely very important, especially if you're suffering from anxiety, if you're suffering from depression. So another thing meditation really taught me was that everything is meditation. We can make anything meditation, literally anything. If we're doing something, like we're reading a book and we're fully focused on what we're doing in this moment, reading the book, that's a meditation. If you're washing the dishes and you're fully focused on the feeling of the dishes in your hands, that's meditation. So I started learning that not only was this 5 minutes in the morning where I'm sitting there looking at my thoughts or whatever I feel like I'm doing, I was learning that my life was given to me as a meditation. That everything that came to me, if I just looked at it as this is something that's going to help me, it just made life easier, I guess. I also learned from that Pema Chodron book, really, that we are given in life what we need. I spent a lot of the time in the beginning of my spiritual path and my journey to trying to believe that I deserved my own love, which I honestly believe that depression is. Depression is a deep self-hatred, a nihilism, a feeling of just nothing matters and why, what's the point? At least that's what it was for me. And to be able to just like open this door and have this light just flood in, it gave me an opportunity to live and love the life I live. And it's just a doorway. It's just a key. It's just a stepping stone into this other world, for me at least it was. I was so stuck in negativity. Meditation lifted me to this neutral place where I realized I'm not these thoughts. I don't have to accept these thoughts as my reality. And not that you're denying what is, but you don't have to say, I'm the worst mom ever. You can say, you know what, I'm not the worst mom ever. I actually am doing really good right now. I'm so much better than I used to be. Instilling positive thoughts. I'm sure people have heard of affirmations, and I can totally make a video on that. I do those. It just opened up a whole door. Meditation is like the first step. So if you are a mom and you suffer from anxiety, or you suffer from a depression, or you even just have feelings of overwhelm, meditation can benefit anyone. There's guided meditations on YouTube. Like I said, if you are a beginner, you don't even know where to start and you feel kind of weird about it, there's tons of guided meditations. Another thing I wanted to kind of mention in here was binaural beats. I do use binaural beats when I meditate. There's a whole science to it. I will make a video on that if you guys are interested in that. And yeah, there's just so much benefit to meditation, and it literally has made me a better mom. It's made me a better human. It's made me love my life and learn to accept myself as I am, and just everything good. Just all good things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm trying not to be very long-winded, so I didn't get into too much detail about it. I just wanted to tell you guys to try it for yourselves, and if it's something that works for you, I want you guys to let me know down below. Please follow me on Instagram, and please leave me a comment down below. Let me know any videos that you guys want to see from me, and just drop a hello. I want to see who's watching these videos. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm gonna make so many videos, and I'm just excited about the future with this channel. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.